Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the team that I'm using to farm Grave of Rot on stage 14 of the new season, right? We have another day and a bit when the next one's open, but honestly, this team should work, even if you're on one of the first days, if you're on one of the earlier days, as long as you have these specific heroes. They are not going to be free-to-play friendly, but let's get into this one. So before I jump over and show you the team, I do want to mention that there's a content creator gala going on, a content creator competition that you can vote for me every single day, right? Every single day after you log into the game, you can vote for me. There's going to be a link in the description for that. If you do decide to do that, I'd appreciate it. Also, there is a code that you see over there, OddOne. If you decide or if you want to support me as your content creator, every time I do decide to spend on something, I get like 2% out of it, and also you get some instant rewards, and at the same time I have hundreds of promo codes still to give. So if you decide to support me, then jump over on Discord, DM me saying like, hey, do you still have some more of the codes that supported you, whatever, then I can give you all some codes to get more healer lights, warm arrow, and all of that good stuff. But let's check out the team that I'm actually using. Again, kind of like, the same way that I had the Venom one. I would have made this video a bit earlier, but, it was a busy weekend. It was my dad's birthday yesterday, so, was a bit busy with that. However, what I have, the team that I'm using, it kind of does focus a little bit, again, around Miss Raja, right? She's one of the premium ones that I have, and she's kind of like the key one over here. I'm going to try and look some more once the next stages, especially with the ones with Mythic Gear open. Once those ones open and we have higher levels, I'm gonna try and make, some more accessible ones, some more free-to-play ones. But for now, I just wanna, make a showcase on this. I'm also gonna have a video on the Curse 14 later on today. But pretty much this team is using Ice Blast with Miss Raja plus Fateless as the supports, right? It kind of seems, honestly, based on what I've played a little bit this season, that the Ice plus the Radiance, right? Ice plus Radiance is the key this season, right? This is kind of like the best one because of the fact that it kind of brings you the perfect combination of, if you need AoE damage, they're gonna be the ones that do good, but also if you need single target damage, then there's also the possibility of getting yourself Beldel, right? She's gonna be also the one that can bring some powerful damage. However, this team, as you can see, has no Beldel. Let me just swap a little bit of something around because it kind of seems like I'm dying, right? It's again, it's not ideal, it's not the best, but it works, right? Let me just try and give her a little bit, Sheena, a little bit more survivability. Maybe I do this, and then let me see something else. Maybe I go with an attack percent on Zorak, and then like that, and let's run this again. So obviously, because it's the earlier stages, even though it's not something perfect, you would still be okay with this because you would not just put this team to farm hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stamina on this lower stage because, well, the goal is to always try and get to the highest stage possible, and that's where you would be farming most of it. But for now, if you're just trying to use some of your daily stamina, right, so that you don't waste it on lower level stuff, this would be the ideal thing you would do. You try to get a high stage. So even if it's a 50% rate that this one works or it fails, you would still do it. And of course, it seems like the way that my RNG works, again, it's kind of like the same way that it always happens. When I'm trying to show something on a video, it doesn't quite work, right? It does have some bad RNG, but you know what? Let's just let me just run it again and show you, because I'm gonna show you at the end some of the skill timing, some of the builds, some of kind of like a little bit of everything that you care about. The positioning is also really important if you're using exactly this team, because of the way the skills for like Fateless happen, right? Her skills, especially the battle skill, kind of targets on a square, and as you can see, this is the the square over here at the bottom is the main one that's kind of like important to me. This is the one that I'm trying to get to be focused at, because that's where Fateless is going to be putting those 4 people. If you put more, it's going to be a problem because of the boss's second skill. I don't know what the hell I did. I just broke it. Let me just try and fix it, and I'm going to come right back. Okay, so I finally managed to beat it. I just had to do a couple of tweaks, and as always, it does require a little bit of RNG, like I mentioned, right? It's RNG. Also, do keep in mind something that I personally did not do that can also make this be a lot easier is just use some food, right? We know that cooking is a thing in this game, and honestly, once you get towards the end game, it's not as relevant, right? Cooking doesn't become as relevant in the end game because most of the time you already have the stats from your psychic ore, from the affinities and whatnot. So this is the actual right time, right? This is the time where cooking is kind of needed, is kind of done, because getting yourself maybe 10% more HP, 10% more attack, a little bit more accuracy to be able to land your debuffs or whatever is gonna be the difference between you actually managing to beat a stage or not, right? That's definitely worth keeping in mind. Like, that was the biggest mistake that I've done. That would have made it so much easier, right? I should have just went ahead, used some food, and I was good to go. But as you can see, it finally works still without food. Sometimes that little bit of HP, that little bit of attack, or that little bit of a set can make the difference between you beating a stage or not. Also, do keep in mind that if you got somebody like a Beldel in the spot of Gerten, this would have been so much easier, right? It would have been so much easier because Beldel would have done a ton more damage. Now let me show you the skill timings because they're really important. As you saw, the aura that I used was for Mithrasia, right? That's really important to keep in mind. Then if you look at the skill timings, Mithrasia, I made her do the ultimate at 18.2. The reason for this is that her ultimate puts debuff immunity and invisibility, right, for all ranged allies. So Gertin is not going to get that, but everybody else will get that. Why is this important and why is this done so late? Is because the first round, we get a hit anyway, we get the debuffs, but as soon as she's released from being devoured, because she's in the middle, she's the one being attacked, as soon as she's released, she will put that debuff immunity so we don't get those debuffs from the boss's first AoE, and then full YOLO, as soon as she can do it, she can do it. Then when we're talking about Felocia, she does it straight up. Whenever she has her ultimate, she does it just full YOLO for her, she works just fine. Then I have Sheena at 15.2, she's the one that's my Witch's Remains that puts Ice Blast on my people. Then we have Zorak that goes at 15, so 0.2 seconds before Sheena, then you're gonna see every 20 seconds. And then Gertin is at 18.1. The reason why it's 18.1 is because as soon as the boss does the ultimate and devours my Mithrasia, I want to straight up do, my big hit, which is gonna be from her ultimate to try and release Mithrasia as fast as possible. Now, let's go ahead and look at the builds that I have on these people. You're gonna see that I did not push talents, right? Like, talents can give you lots more stats, more survivability, more good stuff. I just wanted to have this team be as bare bones as possible from the sake of, like, the stats. The gear is not ideal as well. And also, I already have Mithrasia, so it's maybe not as relatable because not everybody can get her. But let's look at the build. So when it comes to Gertin, I actually managed to give her a Heart of the Gambler. Not the best set, but what I had, right? This one, some crit rate, crit damage. This one, double crit rate. And this one, nothing that helps me, right? Just completed the set. And then I used Blooms of Prina. You don't necessarily need this. If you don't have this one, just give her the Horseshoe or whichever's going to be your next best damaging artifact, and you're going to be good to go. Mithrasia, give her the Rift Hourglass. This is really important so that she can do her healings and her ultimate as often as possible because she has really high recharge times, right? Even fully skilled up, the battle skills 12 seconds, full recharge time, and the ultimate 24. So having the Rift Hourglass that gives us 80 skill haste is amazing. If you could get more skill haste from the gear as well by having enlightenment and HP percent over here as priorities, then yeah, give her more skill haste. If not, whatever gets you the most enlightenment, and then some HP and defense, because she's the one tanking the hits, as you noticed. Then if you look at Felocia, she has the Aurelian Vest, because obviously she's going to keep putting shields, and it means we're going to be taking a lot less damage. Again, focused her with enlightenment, some survivability and more enlightenment substats, but you see, it's just random pieces of gear. I don't have perfect sets. For Zorak, again, just a couple of pieces here that I paired that don't make much sense. It's just enlightenment, attack percent, whatever gives me the most. I think this one I should have gone with something that gives me, I think I had a triple enlightenment somewhere. Or was it the helmet? I think I had somewhere a triple enlightenment. Oh no, it's the helmet over here. But again, it's not a perfect set, still focused, enlightenment and attack on him. You saw he was the second best damage dealer from those ones. And then Sheena, obviously she's going to be the Witch's Remains because she does, I think, 10 hits over here, or no, 12 hits. So she does a lot of hits, perfect for the Witch's Remains. Accuracy chestplate over here, then flat HP, then another Gambler, right? Again, it's not ideal, just gave her the flat HP to keep her survivable. Then whatever gave me some accuracy in the Gambler pieces, and there we go, right? That's the team. It's stage 14. Again, it's not ideal, it's not the best, it's not 100%, but If you want to use your stamina on the highest possible thing that makes sense, then doing something like this is gonna be, you know, what you should be doing. But I think we're gonna leave it at this. It's like, you know, it's been RNG enough, it's been painful enough. Keep an eye out on the channel for either for later today or tomorrow. I'm gonna have a video on my Grave of Curse 14. It might be today, because, you know, I think tomorrow the next stage unlocks, or maybe it's in 2 days. I don't know, but yeah, definitely keep in mind that I'm gonna be posting this. This one should be a little bit less RNG, so it might be something you wanna see. But yeah, let's leave it at this for now. Thank you for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. Don't forget to support me using code OddOne and vote for me as as your favorite content creator at the gala event. And I guess I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.